Very good morning, dear students. I am Dr. Rajni CV, Assistant Professor, Department of English, GFGC, Banavara. In previous sessions, we have been introduced with authors who had written in English in pre-independence era. In this session 2, we are going to have an introduction of the authors who used English language to express their emotions, who had used English language to write their opinions. In this session, we are going to have an introduction of two women writers. Yes, this session completely uh, given to the discussion of two women writers, Krupabai Satyanathan and Cornelia Sorabji. These two women writers are the pioneers in their respective fields, respective arenas. I can say that in respective fields. For example, Krupabai Satyanathan was the first woman novelist in India, whereas Cornelia Sorabji was the first law student and the practitioner of law in India, women law practitioner of India. Let's move on to have a brief introduction of both women writers in this session. This is Krupabhai Satyanathan. Uh, yes, I have to tell you that she was the first Indian woman novelist. She was the one who started writing novels in India. She was the first woman who started writing novels in English in India. And in the previous sessions, we discussed that Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay's Rajmohan's Wife was the first English novel written by an Indian. Similarly, Krupabai Satyanathan was the first Indian woman novelist in India who had written in English. And yes, Krupabai wanted to become a doctor, but her health did not permit her to complete medicine. So she gave up her studying medicine there and got married Samuel in 1888. After her marriage, she started writing in periodicals under the title An Indian Lady. She started writing in periodicals, so this writing in periodicals helped Krupabai to write novel in English. Yes, she is very famous. She is known for her two novels, Saguna, a story of native Christian life, and Kamala, a story of Hindu life. Saguna is autobiographical novel. She writes her experiences as a Hindu and converted Christian in that book. And yes, we need to remember that both novels are written in the type of Bildungsroman, coming of age novels. As I said, Saguna, a story of native Christian life, is an autobiographical novel. She started her novel when she is a small girl and growing up in Indian society and all these things in that novel. So obviously, the novel comes under the type of Bildungsroman, coming of age. Through the passage of novel, the heroine, the main character, becomes mature and grows throughout the novel. She grows, develops herself. That's the thing in the novel. In these two novels, she speaks about gender, caste, ethnicity, and cultural identity. Why do we read fiction? Why do we give importance to literature? Because of this. Look at the person, a woman writer in pre-independence era, talking about gender, caste, ethnicity, and cultural identity in our book. This was the importance we need to give for literature. even though in our history, when we talk about historicism, neo-historicism, we talk about how the mainstream history neglects the marginals. But the fictional writing helps us to concentrate on the marginals who are ignored in mainstream history, who are ignored in mainstream politics. These marginals are given prominence in literature, in fiction. So, the woman who writes in pre-independence era and talks about gender, caste, ethnicity, and cultural identity of the time, it's really very good beginning of study that Krupa Bai able to express all these things in her novels. And this is about the first Indian novelist, woman novelist, Krupa Bai. Let's move on to another personality of this session was Cornelia Sorabji. I was very happy to introduce you all that she was the first female graduate not just from Bombay University and also from Oxford University. Look at, whenever we think of Western countries, European countries, we always have an illusion, have a misconception that those European countries are very modern. But look at the woman who studied law in Oxford University, but she was denied to award award degree because of her sex. Because she is a woman, she was refused, she was denied to award law graduation even in Oxford University. Look at the reality we had in that time. She was the first female graduate from Bombay University. In Bombay, she was denied to award the degree of law because in those days none of the women were given law degree. So she was denied, but she had given opportunity to study law, but she was denied to award degree. Later on in 1922, she was awarded the law degree in Oxford University when there was a amendment passed in Britain saying that even women can have law degree. Then she was awarded law degree in Oxford University. Even though she completed her law degree, as she took graduation from law, she was unable to practice in India as a lawyer because in those days none of the women were practicing law. So she was denied even practicing law in India. In 1923, when a ban on women practicing law was removed, when a law was passed to allow women to practice law in India, then only she got an opportunity to practice law in India. Cornelia Sorabji, as I said, she was a lawyer. She fought many fights against law and government and many other institutions who look at women as inferior, and she helped over 600 women and orphans fight legal battles. Look at here, you can see here I have taken this picture of Cornelia Sorabji just to tell you that without taking any fee, she had fought their battles, legal battles. In these days, we are very much, even I too admired the movie Jai Bhim. The advocate named Chandru helped an innocent tribal woman to get her justice. And look at here, a woman got a law graduation when there was no opportunity to get that law, and who fought for the upliftment of women in India as a lawyer. I just salute these two women writers that they were the pioneers, they were the path breakers to show us uh, a different path to move on. So, Cornelia Sorgi, as I said, she was a legal activist, social reformer, and a writer who had written a number of books, short stories, and articles. And I have mentioned two important writings of Cornelia Sorabji in this slide. You can see here Love and Life Beyond the Parda, Sun Babies Studies in the Child Life of India, and many more books she had written. And let me stop here with a note that when we read history of Indian writing in English, we can see the struggle, the hardships our writers, our authors had took in order to give us enlightenment. Thank you.